Hello! We're here. We're exploring what it is to be alive. We're going to dive into some different forms of pranayama. I want to introduce to you guys something I've been kind of cultivating myself. It's a conglomeration of different things that I've studied, but I like to call it multi-dimensional breath. So let's just tap into the breath at a base level first. So you'll sit cross-legged, your palms will be open, face up. You'll close your eyes, and then you'll just feel your seat on the ground. Feel your heart beating in your chest. You'll soften your gaze or close your eyes, and then take a big drink of breath in through your nose. And then sigh out of the mouth, make a little noise. Feel your diaphragm widen, and then take another big breath in and notice you have a little bit more room. Sigh out of the mouth again. Making room is what I want to do today. Making room for different thought processes. Good, bad, ugly, crazed, peaceful, whatever it happens to be, I want to make room for it. And I want to make physical room in your body. So now I want you to find your pubic bone with your mind's eye. Label it north, tail is south, right hip is east, left hip is west. Use your imagination, use your breath. Take an inhale and widen these 4 points apart. And then squeeze them together as you exhale. Now move up to the belly button, the low back, the right waist, the left waist. Breathe into those and the 4 points of the pelvis. And then squeeze in. Now move up to the chest, chest plate, armpits, upper back. Breathe into those, breathing into the pelvis and belly first. And then squeeze into center. Keep building your body in all of the dimensions. So you breathe into the pelvis, the belly, the heart, and then the 4 quarters of the throat. And then let it all go. Now make your way all the way up to your mind. Your third eye, the back lobe of your skull, the right temple, the left temple. Breathe from the pelvis to the cranium. And then exhale out of the mouth. And then find that multi-dimensional breath 3 more times, really, really slowly. Getting back to the basics of it all. Because really I see yoga as getting back to the basics of being alive. Breath, movement, peace, all contained within you. If you can take a little pause and find them. 2 more breaths. For the last breath, I want you to use your sense memory, call in a sensation of being loved, and feel that as you fill yourself up front, back, and side, top to bottom. Exhale out of the mouth. We're going to make the sound of Om. I want you to fill up really well, front, back, and sides, top to bottom. And then I want you to just focus on making the sound. I want you to vibrate out of the space of the third eye. Get really nasally about the sound. Sip in a little bit more breath. Don't censor yourself, just make sound. Breath in, sweep your arms overhead. Get prepared to fill yourself up. And then take your hands down behind you. Feet in front of you. Lift your hips, lift your heart. Find a big inhale. Sit down with the lion's breath. And then slowly reach your legs forward. Reach your arms forward. And then lift everything up. And then lower down. Do this a couple more times, lifting. Maybe you flex your toes and your fingers. And then maybe you point them as you lower. And then for the next couple rounds, can you cultivate that same kind of pattern of breath that we had at the beginning? Filling up pelvis, belly, heart, throat, skull, in the front, back, and sides. It's multitasking. We're multi-dimensional beings. So let's work multiple things at once. Just a couple more rounds. Last one here. Lower halfway, pause. Take a really slow, big breath. And then slowly send your legs over towards the right. Tap your fingers to the left on the ground. Come back to center. Switch. Center. Switch. Keep going back and forth. Can you cultivate the sense of ease that you may have felt when you were just breathing? Even though we're doing something much more strenuous now, can you tap into the power of grace, into the power of love? Because that's really what we're going for in yoga practice. Just a couple more. It's temporary. Last one. Lay all the way down. And then hug your right knee in towards your chest. Give yourself a squeeze. Flex your left foot, and then dial your left toes to the left, and drop your right knee to the left. And then point your right fist/fingers up to the ceiling. Open the fingers wide, and then breathe into your right side, and let's multitask. You'll stretch your right side, and you'll dip your pinky finger towards the outer wrist. Keep the fingers super straight, and then see if you can rotate your fingers towards your body. And then drop the thumb towards the thumb side of the forearm. Keep breathing. And then fingers away from your body, all straight. Now switch the circle. Pinky finger to the outside forearm, then away from you, then towards the thumb, then towards you. And then you can release your arm. Find one more big breath if you have the room. Straighten your right leg. And then exhale, you slowly come back. Wrap your right knee on top of your left. And grab your shins. Squeeze your thighs together. And then just rock from side to side. If you're ready to grab your feet, go ahead. And rock in a little Supta Gomukhasana. Give it a breath or two here. Let that strenuous energy settle into a peaceful energy. And keep your breath multi-dimensional. All right, from here, you'll release your legs up high towards the sky. Reach your arms overhead. And then tense your fingers overhead. Widen your shoulder heads away from your neck. And then just lift your feet straight into the ceiling as you exhale. And then lower. And then lift. And then lower. 3 more, lift. Lower, multi-dimensional breath. Lift. Lower. Last one, lift. And then lower your right leg to the floor. Left knee hugs in towards your chest. Give yourself a squeeze for a second. Get long, both with your body and your breath. And then slowly you'll dip your left knee over towards the right. And then you'll point your left fingers up at the ceiling. In a really slow, controlled, articulated range of motion. Drop the pinky finger towards the outer forearm. And then keeping your fingers straight, rotate just from the wrist. Fingers point at your body. And then your thumb goes towards the inner forearm. And then your fingers point away from you. All the while you're breathing into your side. And then switch directions. Pinky finger goes backwards, so point away from you. And then thumbs towards the inside forearm. And then fingers point at your body. back where you started. Release your left arm and maybe your left leg long. Stretch yourself out. And then you roll back onto your back. Hook your left knee on top of your right. And then fit the thighs together. Flare the feet. Flex the toes. You can crawl out a little further to the forearms. You can grab the pinky toe edges of the feet. Either way, you got 3 breaths here. Explore what the quality is inside of you right now. Like, how are you showing up in this moment? And if it's not good, good. At least you're being honest with yourself. And if you know where you are, it's a lot easier to get where you want to go. One more big breath here. Send your legs high towards the sky. Flex them. Reach your arms towards your feet. And then slowly pick up your skull. Pick up your shoulder blades. Pick up your sacrum. Straighten your legs. And then find your belly button. Drive it down in towards the earth. And then can you cultivate that same breath we had at the very beginning? Breathe multidimensionally into the pubis, the tail, the right hip, the left hip. The belly, the low back, the right waist, the left waist, the chest plate, the armpits, the upper back, the front, back, and sides of the neck. Get so spacious, but also so powerful. Find one more big breath. And then lay down, put your feet next to your body. Press into the feet, lift the hips, lift the heart for a bridge pose. And then roll down, vertebra, vertebra. You can sigh. Do that 2 more times. Lift up, big inhale. Lower down, easy exhale. Last one, I want you to lift up and we'll play with that breath. Multidimensional widening. Stay lifted, don't go down yet. Blow out all your air, lifted. Stay empty, stay peaceful. Roll down and avoid your breath. Tail hits last. Once you get there, soften your muscles, and then pull your belly to your back ribs. Lift your pelvic floor. Lift your armpits. Lift your throat. Maha Bandha, the great lock. Hold it. See what it is to be without air. Prove to yourself how desperately you want to be alive. How much you want this air, this exchange with the earth. Keep holding. If you've already breathed in, can you be okay with that? Breathe it in and sigh it out whenever you're ready. And then you start to rock forward and backwards. Give about 3 or 4 rocks until you cross over your legs and make your way to a downward facing dog. Once you get there, pedal out your legs left and right. You can let your head sway from side to side. Just make it loose, make it groovy. And then once you got the wiggles out, start to still yourself. Close your eyes, release the back of your neck, and then find a little bitty bend in your knees, and reach your butt bones up and back pretty vigorously, so much so that the round comes out of your low back, or you can feel an extension through the lowest back. And then from here, pull your belly in towards your spine, so you can get a real awareness of the core. And then breathe into that long low back and firm belly. Next inhale, you'll ripple forward to a plank pose. And then lower down knees, chest, chin, nice and slow. Come up and forward to a cobra. Hug the thighs towards one another. And then press back to a child's pose as you exhale. Come forward to all fours. Tuck your toes, send your hips high, downward facing dog. Lift your right leg, find a way to in. Bend your knee, stack your hip as you exhale. Take a big breath in here, lift your right knee higher, your left thigh further back. And then bring your right knee to your left upper arm. Go back to the sky, stack up where you were. And then right knee to the right upper arm. And then back to the stacked big inhale. Step your right foot next to your right thumb. Drop your left knee, sweep your arms high immediately. Big inhale, Anjaneyasana. Ardha Hanumanasana, straighten your right leg and fold. Halfway lift, heart forward, tail back. Fold back down as you exhale. Crawl forward. Tuck your left toes, pick up your left knee. Walk your hands a little bit further forward in front of your right foot, and then lift your left leg to the sky, standing splits for a second. Put your left foot down and release your neck, flutter your lips. Half of the lift, big inhale. Fold back down, exhale. As you sweep up, multi-dimensional breath, pelvis, belly, heart, throat, skull. Hands in your heart. And then hands by your side. Stay still for one big breath, or lose a layer of clothing if you've gotten too hot. Exhale out of the mouth. Sweep the arms high. Come right back down, forward fold. Right leg steps back, big inhale. Downward facing dog as you exhale. Plank pose brings you forward. Nice and smooth, knees, chest, chin as you exhale. Come up and forward. Can you breathe from bottom to top? Front, back, and sides. Downward facing dog as you exhale. Left leg goes high. Bend the knee and stack the hip. Left knee higher, right thigh further back. More breath in your right low belly. And then left knee to the right upper arm. Twist underneath yourself. Active stack. Big inhale. And then to the left upper arm. High, high, high. Back to a stack again. And then left foot next to the left thumb. Drop the right knee. Sweep the arms high. Vinyasa. Take it backwards for a half split. Straightening your left leg and fold it. Take a halfway lift. Breathe low. Fold, flutter. Crawl forward. Tuck the right toes. Pick up the right knee. Hands walk forward past the left foot. Right leg high. Standing split. Meet the feet and fold. Halfway lift, big inhale. Flutter and fold again. Sweep your arms all the way up high towards the sky. From here, cactus your arms, flex your sides, pull your belly. Breathe multi-dimensionally, bottom to top as you lean back. And then interlace your hands behind your back right here, pull belly and ribs in. One more big breath, tail and fist down, heart and crown high. And then fold over your legs. Spark your toes off the ground. And then bend your right knee and tap your right shoulder to it. Think about the left thigh spinning in, the left belly spinning up. And one more big breath here. Switch sides, bend the left knee. Right leg is straight and turned in. You're turning your midline up towards the ceiling, but you're still breathing from bottom to top on your inhale. Front, back, and sides. One more. Release your hands, fold over your legs. Left leg steps back, heart looks forward. Down dog as you exhale. Come forward again, plank pose. Lower down, knees, chest, chin. Up and forward to a cobra, big inhale. Lower back down to your third eye as you exhale. Tense your fingers outside your mat, point your elbows up, lift up to a mob cobra. And then drop right ear and right shoulder to the mat. Keep squeezing your outer legs in. Lift back up. And then to the left. And then back up towards center. Stay here. Roll both shoulder heads back and down to opposite hips. So imagine the right shoulder going to the left hip and the left shoulder to the right hip. Find the center of the X you just drew on your back and then lift that up and forward. Big inhale. Roll down as you exhale. Take your hands next to your ribs, tuck your toes, lift up in one piece to a plank pose. And then a downward facing dog. Nice, right leg high, big inhale. Bend the knee, stack the hip. Get a little more spacious, right knee high, left thigh back. Okey-doke, right knee to the left upper arm. Stay here, seal your left heel down. And then shoot your right leg towards the left. Reach your left arm up high. It's a fallen triangle. And then from here, guess what I'm going to tell you to do? Breathe from the bottom to the top, and then front, back, and sides. Fill yourself up. I mean that in all senses of those words. One more big one. Okay, check it out. Left hand down, tuck the left toes, leave the right leg basically where it is, and then just shift Good to feel you. Find one more big breath here. Okay, and then think upward dog. Leave this right leg here. So lift your heart and dip your hips. And then bring your right knee to your nose. Right foot next to the right thumb. Drop the left knee. Sweep the arms high. On your knee. Take it backwards as you exhale. Crawl forward right away as you inhale. Pick up your left knee. Standing split so your left leg goes high. Meet the left foot to the right foot and fold. Halfway lift, big inhale. Fold back down as you exhale. Sweep your arms all the way up high towards the sky. And then right back down, forward fold. This time, halfway lift, heart reaches forward, tail reaches back. And then come up to your tiptoes. Bend your knees and your butt forward, your knees back. Butt back, knees forward. And then flatten your hands, shift your weight forward, and then come up into a crow pose. Picking your heels up from your glutes. If you don't feel super comfortable with crow, you can always just leave one foot down, and then pick a heel up, and then pick the other heel up. Find one more big breath here. And then you'll Vinyasa. If you want to hop back, of course you can. If you want to just step, that's cool too. It's our first one. We'll meet back in down dog. Give yourself a breath. And then we'll get the other side. Lift your left leg, big inhale. Bend the knee, stack the hip as you exhale. Right thigh back, left knee high, big inhale. Left knee to the right upper arm. And then you'll seal your right heel down, shoot your left leg towards the right, and then reach your right arm up high. Now fill yourself up with this magical gas that keeps you tethered to life, and this invisible kind of connection field that connects you to every other thing on this planet, this gaseous membrane that is our atmosphere, or the air that our atmosphere contains. Okay, enough philosophy. Right hand down. Tuck the right toes. Leave the left leg where it is. And then just rock back and forth. Can you ground into the big and small toe mound of your right foot equally? Find one more big breath here. And then think up dog. Drop your hips. Lift your heart. Big inhale. Knee to nose. Pull it in. Left foot, left thumb, drop the right knee, sweep the arms high, onto your knee. Take it backwards, half split as you exhale. Crawl forward right away, tuck your right toes, pick up your right knee, hands forward, standing splits. Right foot down towards the ground, release your neck and fold. Halfway lift, big inhale. Flutter the lips, fold. Halfway lift again, turn your tiptoes. Flatten your hands, butt backwards, knees forward. Start to bend your elbows backwards, and then press into your palms. Lift up your belly. Remember when I made you blow out all your air and then suck everything in when we were laying on the ground at the beginning? This is the same thing, except way harder. And then again, if you want to skip this, you can just put one foot up. You can take a malasana, yoga squat, and then you can always just step back. Or if you're hopping back, make sure your elbows bend when your feet hit. Chaturanga. Upward facing. And downward facing up. Take a big breath in through the nose. Roar, lion's breath. Right leg goes high. Bend the knee and stack the hip. Make a little more space. Right knee to the left upper arm. Fallen triangle again. Maybe your right foot doesn't hit the ground. Right away, knee to nose. Right foot, right thumb. Left knee down. Sweep it up. Big inhale. Take it backwards as you exhale. Crawl forward. Tuck your left toes. Pick up your left knee. Find a big inhale. And then seal the left heel down. Cactus your arms. You're in a warrior one. Straighten both of your legs. Big inhale. Turn your right toes to the left. And then even out your feet. And fold over your legs. Halfway lift, big inhale. Flutter your lips and fold. Sweep it all the way up high towards the sky. And then warrior two to the back of the mat. Uh-oh. Peaceful warrior reaches you back. You're going to cartwheel your hands down. Frame up your left foot. And then send your left leg skyward, maybe to three-legged Vinyasa. Upward facing, you inhale. Downward facing, you exhale. Okay, you're facing away from your monitors. Better listen closely. Lift your left leg. Bend your knee and stack your hip. Take a little more space. Right thigh's back, left knee's high. Left knee to the right upper arm. Floating fallen triangle or regular version. Bring your knee into your nose right away. Left foot, left thumb, right knee down. Vinyasa, same pattern. Take it backwards as you exhale, half split. Crawl forward to a high lunge, tuck your right toes, pick up your right knee, and then seal your right heel down, make your right foot scoots over. Warrior one, cactus your arms, pull in your belly. And then from here, straighten your arms, straighten your left leg. Turn your left toes to the right, even out your feet, and then fold over your legs. Find a halfway lift, big inhale. Flutter your lips and fold. Heel toe your feet a little bit closer. Take your left hand to your right shin, and then reach your right arm up high. Take a big breath in. And then weave the right hand to the left shin. Give it a little pull, reach the left arm up. Let's do that 2 more times. You're just swimming across your body. Left hand to the right shin, right arm up. And then right hand to the left shin, left arm up. Your legs are staying steady. Most of the motion is in your lower torso. One more. Big inhale. Exhale, switches, yeah. Big inhale. Fold back towards center. Sweep your arms all the way up high towards the sky. Maybe widen your stance again. Warrior two to the original front. Peaceful warrior, big inhale. Cartwheel your hands down. Maybe it's a 3-legged vinyasa. Right leg goes high. Upward facing. And downward facing dog. Inhale, tiptoes, knees bend. Step, hop the foot to the top. And then hop right up into a chair pose. Sink your butt. Belly's in. Heart is wide. Breath is flowing into the low belly, low back, side waist. Maybe find low bounce. Find one more big breath here. And then you'll take another crow pose to get used to this balance. Hands down, tiptoes, flatten the hands. Belly's in, knees close to the armpits. You're hugging everything in towards your center line, and you're picking up through the bundles. Pelvic floor, belly, throat. Maybe straighten your arms for a crane pose. One more big breath. Vinyasa yours. Multi-dimensional, not only with the breath, but your awareness of self. Right? So how is your mental self popping up right now with these challenging shapes? Can you keep a sense of curious joy? Lift your right leg. Bend your knees, stack your hip. Flip your dog over, find a big old back bend. And then exhale, flip over again, right knee, left upper arm. Floating fallen triangle, maybe. Knee to nose. Right foot, right thumb. Sweep high into a high lunge right away. Step your left foot to the left, heel down, cactus the arms for wherever you want. Straighten your arms, turn your right toes to the left, and then get to the back of the mat right away, warrior two. Peaceful warrior, big inhale. Rainbow warrior, turn out your right toes to the right, bend into your right knee, sink back. Peaceful warrior again, big inhale. And then it's a side angle pose. Your forearm can come to your thigh, right arm can reach forward, or you can slide your left hand down to your left shin. Find your breath. Breathe into the right trap. Okay, you might want to scoot your back foot in a little bit more. That would be the right foot here. And sweep your right arm in front of your face. As it does so, straighten your left leg. Triangle pose. If you want a little more, bring your left hand to your heart. Breathe into those side waists. Find one more big breath here. And then you'll bend into your left knee. Walk your left hand past your left foot. And then lift up through the right leg and the right arm. Half moon pose. Find your breath. If you want to pick up your left hand again. Be your own guest. How's that breath? Where isn't it going? One more big breath here. Bend the left knee. Take the hands down. Turn the right toes down towards the floor. And then release your neck here and stay in the split. Now from here, you have a choice. You can go into a crow pose, or you can bend into your elbows, send them straight backwards. Leave your right leg where it is. Left knee into the left armpit, pull up the belly, and then maybe it's a three-legged crow. Maybe. And then into the Vinyasa. Moving down dog or child's pose. You got 3 breaths to recalibrate. I urge you to check in with the mental. Right here, right now. Where are you? Curious joy. That's what I always hope to cultivate in my yoga practices. Okay, my air is reset. Let's keep going. Downward facing dog, you're at the back of your mat. Lift your left leg, big inhale. Bend the knee and stack the hip. Start to turn your right heel to the right. Flip your dog over. Find a big inhale here. Get out of the right shoulder. And then flip back over, weave underneath yourself. Left arm, left leg shoots out to the right. Right arm high, floating fallen triangle. Bring your knee to your nose. Step your left foot next to your left thumb. Sweep high, high lunge. Right heel down, cactus the arms, warrior 1. And then straighten out through the left leg. Turn towards the right, and then back to the original front, warrior 2. Peaceful warrior, big inhale. Skandasana, rainbow. Turn your left toes out, bend into the left knee, sink into the inner groin knots. Peaceful warrior, back at the top. And then it's a side angle of your choice. You can always take forearm to thigh, or you can slide the right hand down to the right ankle. It's your body, it's your choice. Do what serves. Just keep breathing, no matter where you are. All right, left arm sweeps in front of the face. And then you can straighten out through the right leg. Find a triangle, Trikonasana. Think about spiraling your right lung up and to the left. Find a little rotation there. And then if you want, pick up the right hand to the chest. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Keep breathing into the sides. One more here. You'll bend into your right knee. Take your right hand down, your left wing is up. Ardha Chandrasana, half moon. Keep breathing. Find the 4 corners of your right foot, dig them down into the earth. Lift the inner arch. Maybe you pick up your right hand to your chest. Maybe then you pick up your left ribs higher, your right ribs higher. Keep floating, keep floating, keep floating. And then slowly take your hands down, bend into your right knee. Turn your left toes down to the earth. Center off through the hips for a second. And then bend your elbows straight backwards. Try and fit your right knee into your right armpit. Hug the elbows in so that you don't fall apart as you start to shift forward. Picking up through the belly, three-legged crow. Your Vinyasa after that. We'll all meet in a child's pose after that. Find your breath again. Where isn't it going? Can you peacefully return the breath there? Joyfully, like you found it. You're like, oh, I found you. I'm looking for you. Gosh, I missed you. Feeling full of air. Find one more big breath here. Downward facing dog. Alright, from your down dog, you'll come to your tiptoes, bend your knees, and then give it a couple of hops. Just try and get your hips over your wrists. Maybe it looks like this. Maybe it looks like that. I just want you to give it like 5 or 10 hops. Just play. You can always come up in a handstand if you have that capability. And if it's not coming today, don't worry about it. Just play it. Yeah, there's a weird handstand for you. Sometimes it's happy accidents. Okay, we'll meet at the top of the mat in a chair pose. Joyfully, sink in, take your hands in prayer. Twist to the right, twisted chair. So your left tricep is on your right thigh. You're sinking your butt back, knees forward. Keep finding the breath, keep finding the breath, keep finding the breath. Take a look at your right big toe. Pick up your left heel to your glute balance. And then slowly keep the twist, extend your left leg, take a twisted warrior three. Breathe. Slowly lower your left toes to the back of the mat. Keep in your twisted lunge. And then open your arms if you see fit, or if it fits you. Left hand to the ground, right arm high. If you fall, great. One step closer to balancing. Keep breathing. Now keep your arms open, or if they're not, open them as you start to stand up. Left arm forward, right arm back. Take a moment, bend your back knee, find some stability, squeeze the hips together. And then take the right hand to the left hamstring. Sweep your left arm back, and then stretch from your left hip to your left armpit. Belly's in. Find one more big breath here. And then check it out. You're going to seal your left heel down. Find a skandasana at the back of the mat. And Rainbow Warrior. Woo! All the way back there. And then you'll come forward and you'll find a standing splits. Left leg high. Lower your left leg parallel to the ground. Sweep your arms backwards. You're in a warrior three. That right leg should be pretty cooked. Find one more big breath. Belly's in. Now, hug your left knee in towards your belly. Put your left foot on the ground. Wrap your right leg on top of your left. Right arm on bottom of the left. Garudasana, eagle. Find your breath. And then feel what it's like to tap your elbow to your knee. And then feel what it's like to take both of your arms and cross them to the right of your legs. Oh. And then maybe, just maybe, you open your arms here. Just feel what that feels like. Like a big twisted up nose, huh? Can you breathe into it and let it exist? One more big one. You're gonna stand back up, cross your right ankle over your left, scoop your arms out. And then fold over your crossed legs. Release your neck. And then take a big breath, stay here. Flutter your lips, release any angst. And then just roll up vertebra by vertebra, let your head stack last. Uncross your legs, find a mountain pose. Channel stability. Big breath in. Let it go. Chair pose. Bend the knees, sweep your arms up and forward. Hands in prayer. Get long between the ribs and the pelvis. And then twist to the left. Find your breath, maybe a little buoyancy. Rotate your right shoulder blade to your left chest. Right butt crease is going backwards. Shift the weight to the left foot, and then pick up the right heel to the glute. Squeeze the hamstring, squeeze the glute. And then slowly step your right leg back. Hover for a second, so it's like a twisted warrior three. Slowly tuck the right toes at the back of the mat. You're in a twisted lunge. Find your breath, and then only if you want to, hook your armpit to your knee, and then open your arms outside of the leg. Breathe. Pull your wrists apart. Find one more big breath. Now, even if your arms aren't open, you're going to open them now and pick up your torso. Right arm forward, left arm back. Bend your right knee for a little more stability. Juggle some fireballs. Okay, and then take your left hand to your right hamstring. Spiral your right pinky finger towards your face, and then start to lean back. Breathe, 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 breathe. All right, you're going to the back right corner of your mat. Skandasana from here. Seal your right heel down. Turn the right toes out. Bend into the right knee. Sink back. From here, standing splits. Crawl forward. Hands down. Right leg high. Parallel your right leg to the ground. Sweep the arms back and lift the heart. Warrior 3 variation. How's your breath? Still getting into those low bits? If not, that's okay. Just keep trying. You got one more big breath here. Some cobra in your back, some fire in your belly button to the ceiling. You'll pull your right knee into your belly. Put your right foot down. Pick up your left leg. And then cross the left leg on top of the right. Left arm on bottom. Garudasana, eagle. Find your breath. Find the wrapping in of it all. Sink into your belly. Reach your elbows and wrists up and forward, your shoulders back and down. Fill up multi-dimensionally with your breath. And then tap your elbows to your knees. Have a breath. Cross your arms over towards the left of your legs. And see what it is to open your arms here. Let the belly churn. Let it be all piled up, but still spacious in the breath. One more big one. Release your arms, cross your left ankle over your right. Sweep your arms high, squeezing your thighs. And then fold over across the legs. Release your neck. Shake it, yes. Yes, I'm capable of breathing into spaces I didn't think I could. Imbuing myself with loving awareness. Shake your head, no. No, I will not get caught in a trap of apathy or numbness. I'll recognize it, forgive myself quickly, and get back on the path to action. What is that action? It's love! Roll up vertebra by vertebra. Sorry for yelling at you. Release your legs, sweep your arms up high. Take your hands in prayer. And then rest your hands by your side. Take a big breath in. Drain all your thoughts. Get empty. 2 more slow breaths. Return to that multi-dimensional breath we established in the beginning. Very last one. Nice, friends. Sweep your arms high. From here, leave your arms high. You're going to cross your right leg over your left again. Find eagle legs, and then take your hands in prayer. Now from here, cross your left tricep over your right thigh, and then find a prayer twist in your eagle legs. Breathe into your belly, and then establish some balance. Now you're more than welcome to stay here. If you want more, I'm going to turn towards the back wall so you can see me better. You're going to take your hands and slowly dip them down towards the right. Come up to your left tiptoes, and then make a little table with your triceps. Rest your right thigh on it, and then find a Vinyasa C, or revolved Vinyasa, with eagle legs. Your heart's lifted, your belly's lifted. If you want to open the legs into the regular revolved shape, you're more than welcome to. Find 2 more big breaths. Even out your shoulders, press into your knuckles, and then maybe you re-wrap those eagle legs, tuck your left toes, press on up, back to eagle. And then unleash it all, reach your arms high. Forward fold, rinse yourself out. Halfway lift. Flutter the lips and fold. Roll up vertebra by vertebra. Sweep your arms up high. Leave your arms high, shift your weight to your right foot. Cross your left leg on top of your right. And then take your hands in prayer. So you're rolling both thighs in to create a sense of stability. You're grounding the 4 corners of your right foot, unlike me. And then you'll twist to the left. Right tricep to the left thigh. Keep super stable. Your legs have become one. We're all one, even both of your legs. You're more than welcome to stay here, or if you want more, hands start to reach down. Come to your right tiptoes. Make a little shelf for your left thigh with your right tricep, or both your left and your right. Shoulders are even, you got 3 breaths. You can always open up to the classic shape, Vinyasa C. Last breath. Slowly start to make your way back up. Unleash your legs, sweep your arms high. Hands in prayer at your heart. Release your hands by your side. Take a big breath in. Melt your shoulders down your back, your butt bones down your legs. Exhale. Lift your heart and your pubic bone up and forward. Inhale. And then both actions at once. One more big breath. Sigh it out. Very nice, friends. You're going to sweep your arms high to the sky. Cactus your arms. Wing the elbows up and forward, wrists back and down. And then take your hands to your right sideburns or the upper curves of your glutes. Hug your elbows in, send your tail down, and then start to lean back for a standing camel. Now, same actions I told you before. Shoulders and butt bones melt down the back body. Pubics and heart lift up the front body. Now breathe into those actions. Now can you use your imagination to fill from your toes to your hair, or lack thereof, with your breath? Two more. Pranayama, energy restraint. Controlling the energy by controlling the breath. Your next inhale, you'll sweep your arms high. And then forward fold as you exhale. Half and a lift, big inhale. Take your vinyasa or lack thereof. Who cares? It's not even a lack, it's a choice. Alright, friends. Once you make your way back to downward facing dog, and lift your right leg. Bend the knee and stack the hip. You're going to bring the right knee to the right wrist, and then you can allow your right ankle to be on an angle. I want you to keep your left toes tucked and just kind of shimmy them back for the beginning of this pigeon pose. Tense your fingers if you like that, and then arc your heart and pubic bone up and forward. Dig into your left foot, and then just rock back and forth. Maybe you close your eyes and focus on the outer right hip, where the upper leg bone plugs into the pelvis. Can you breathe all the way down into that space and into the front of that space where the leg literally folds into the low belly? Can you breathe there? And once you've got some air in your tire there, so to speak, you can release your left knee down to the ground. Point your left toes back. Hug your hips together. And then walk your hands back. If you need to keep your hands on the earth or on your right leg, do so. If not, sweep your arms up high. Keep lifting from the pelvic floor. And then as you exhale, squeeze the hips together and then reach the right arm back, left arm forward. Find your breath. Try not to get the hips out of whack. Maybe right hand to the left hamstring, left arm sweeps up and back. Breathe. Now can you breathe right underneath your chest muscles, underneath your nipples? Can you lift that up and forward? And then can you find the corresponding points in the back body and fill those up too? One more big breath. Fold, pigeon pose, kapotasana. Come all the way down. Rest your forehead on the earth. And then just be with your hip for a couple of breaths.
Last one here. Can you get multi-dimensional about it? Slowly come back up to your hands. Tuck your left toes. Send your right leg back to a down dog. You can pedal it out. You can stack the hip. You can do whatever you need. And then we'll find the other side. Left leg lifts. Bend the knee, stack the hip. Big breath here, making space in the right low belly. And then left knee to the left wrist. Your left shin can be on an angle. Keep your right toes tucked. Maybe shimmy the foot back and tend the fingers. And then just rock back and forth. Close your eyes. And then feel the spaces that feel the most cramped or the least spacious. Or like they're deflating. And then can you inflate them? All right, when you're ready, put your right knee down, point your right toes, hug the hips in, and then walk the hands back to the left leg. You can breathe here, or if you want more, you can sweep your arms up high. Squeeze your hips together for stability. Don't let them get out of whack. Reach the left knee forward and to the left. The right foot straight back, and then twist to the left. Find your breath. And then take your left hand to your right hamstring and spiral your right pinky finger up into the left. Now try not to let your ribs get away from your chest plate. Let your chest plate lead. But then breathe into that space right underneath the chest plate, underneath the nipples. Feel that corresponding space in the back. Let it all rotate to the left a little more. And one more big breath in. Rotate, rotate, rotate. And then slowly take your hands down, crawling forward, and then be held. Keep inflating yourself. Keep the curious joy alive. One more really comprehensive, multi-dimensional breath. Let it be slow, controlled, be very observant. And then drain from top to bottom. Slowly. Crawl back up to your hands. Tuck your right toes, pick up your left knee, step back to down dog, lift your left leg, bend it and stack it, give it a breath, and then put the left foot down, drop your knees, cross your ankles and sit behind yourself, or just dip your hips to one side and swing your legs forward. Scoot your butt forward, about halfway up the mat. And then from here, bring your left foot to your right inner thigh. From here, you're just going to fold your spine over your right leg for 3 breaths. Breathe into the outer left hip. And then melt your heart down towards the ground. Now, can you get a little esoteric and allow yourself not only to fill up multidimensionally in terms of physicality, but can you fill up the places that feel a little deflated mentally? I know personally my self-confidence has been a little bit shook because my identity as a in-person yoga teacher who gets to meet with people on the daily has been flipped completely upside down. And I felt a bit deflated lately because of that. But when I take a moment to allow myself to just be in it, to breathe with it, I can see the silver linings, I can see the good, and I'm not so entrenched in the dark anymore. Dark still exists, sure, but I've switched my focus and my experience changes because of that last breath. Roll up. Plant your left hand outside your left hip. Sweep up to a stargazer. And then sit down and switch sides. Left leg out long. Right foot to the left inner thigh. You'll lift your heart high and then fold over your left leg. So my question to you, where outside of your physical body do you feel a little bit deflated right now? And can you not judge yourself for said deflation? Can you just observe it? And then think about ways to inflate it? Or at least be with it without sinking deeper into the darkness? Choice is yours. 2 more breaths. You'll roll up vertebra by vertebra. Take your legs out in front of you. Pick up your heart high. Walk your hands down to your feet, Paschimottanasana. 3 breaths here. Just committing to yourself. Committing to a multi-dimensional awareness of self. Mind, body, and spirit. And allowing the deflation when it happens. And remembering that you're capable of inflation and elation and curious joy. Last breath. Slowly roll in. And keeping that curious joy in your mind's eye, roll down. And then let go of it all. See what's beyond the physical, beyond the mental. And see if you can just observe yourself here laying on the ground. Find the space between movements and between thoughts. And just stay in that profound silence with a sense of curiosity and joy. Shavasana. Closed. Find your way to your pelvic floor. And really take a moment to get specific about it. So feel where your reproductive organs end and find right below that. Find the fold where your inner groin lines become the bottom of the pelvis. And find the space between those 2 points. And then don't just find your tail, find your elimination organs. Find the bottom of the sphincter and find right above it. So you're really specific on the pelvic floor. And then lift that pelvic floor. And then as you inhale, widen all the points around it, or widen the periphery of the perineum. Keep the pelvic floor lifted, squeeze it together. Keep the pelvic floor lifted. Breathe into the pelvis first, then the belly and the back, side waist. Squeeze that all together. Pelvic floor is lifted. Breathe into the pelvis, the belly, and then the heart, chest plate, armpits, upper back. Maybe on the arms and fingers. And then squeeze the attention into the spine, pelvic floor still lifted. Keep building yourself up, multi-dimensional. Pelvis, belly, rib cage, all four sides of the neck, all four sides of the skull. Let it go. Last one, lift the perineum, breathe all the way up the body, and then expand your awareness to the four corners of space around your sphere, the four walls, the things that are around your physical body. And then expand that as far as you possibly can. Maybe even the entire earth glimpses your awareness. And then let all that go. Feel your interconnectivity with the world, and how your connectivity with yourself mirrors that connection with the world. And then find some curious joy simply for being alive. And then stretch your body out. Arms overhead, legs long. Roll to one side or the other to a fetal pose. Find some gratitude for the fact that you have this vessel to explore. And then help yourself up. Sit cross-legged. Take your hands in prayer. And then remember that we need air not only to live, but to communicate. Air supports our voice, supports the vibrations of the vocal cords. Our air is our voice. And our voice is the vehicle of our inner self. It allows us to explore and express how we feel on the inside to the world at large. So I want you to cultivate that sense of curious joy again. Cultivate that sense of fullness. I want you to put those energies into the sound of Om that we're about to make, as if you could broadcast them through this device to the world at large, giving everybody a little bit more joy, a little bit more curiosity, and a little bit more of a fuller feeling. Here we go. It's a lot for one Om. You can do it. You're unlimited. Breathe in. Deep breath in, thumb knuckles to your third eye. Out to this world that you are divinely connected to, and find a lot of love for yourself and each other, because we are not separate. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me, friends. Happy Monday, I guess. What is time? I've been telling you it's an illusion. I'm back at Light on Lotus Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 12:30. And until I can see you in person, here's a virtual kiss. I'm out of here. I gotta FaceTime my grandma. Okay, bye.